So today we'll be talking about the makerspace, and specifically within that, the LittleBits Steam Bots over here located on the shelf within the makerspace, and how you can apply those to your classroom. Alright, so LittleBits is this really fun, very simple to use kind of robotic sets for younger kids. It's available for everybody to either check out or to use right in our own makerspace right here in the Catalyst. And kind of what we're looking at as far as applications of this in the classroom is, of course, you're going to get lessons on electricity, simple machines, how does electricity work, how does it flow, how does electricity flow through a circuit. But the really thing that you're going to want to focus in, and what this I think can really be useful for in classrooms, is when you're talking about group work and problem solving. So with this, it's really going to focus in on kids' problem solving, because it's going to allow them to not only hands-on work with beginner robotics, but you may be able to in the future pose a question to them such as move this object from point A to point B using a machine that you've built in here. This will allow them to be creative, to think about the problem from their own perspective, and to think about how they can most efficiently move this thing from point A to point B. Another thing you can do with it as far as problem solving is you may have something, you may build a simple car, and you may pose a question of how can this be improved. So they not only have to make something, but they also have to think about efficiency. How can we make this more efficient? How can we make this work better? Another thing that would be great with this is just using this in a group setting for students. You're going to want to pair students up so that they're working together and so that they're learning from one another as they do this. So you're going to work on a lot of problem solving skills with this and a lot of social skills for kids.
Alright, so one of your most important parts of your LittleBits set is your power source. See here, you're powered by your 9-volt battery, and you also got an on-off switch. And when you connect it to things, such as this LED light, and you flip the light switch, it provides power to whatever you're powering in your little machine.
Alright, so the next thing we'll do in our LittleBits set is we're going to add in the button piece. And the button piece, what this does is, so we have the exact thing we did last time with the on-off switch, our power supply, and our light. But now with the button, if you think about this like a door, it allows power to not flow through it now, but when you push the button down, it allows the power to flow through, turns on your light, you release, turns off your light.
Alright, so the next piece we got is the slide dimmer. Now the slide dimmer is pretty similar to the switch in the way that it works kind of like a door, except instead of opening the door all the way or shutting all the way, it's kind of incremental. So as you slide it, you see the light slowly gets brighter, and as you slide it back, it slowly gets dimmer. So it lets electricity through little bits at a time.
Okay, so the next thing we want to talk about in our LittleBits set is this temperature sensor right here. And how this works is just like a thermometer or anything, it reads the temperature. So when you flip the switch on, and you have it set to Fahrenheit here, it'll then read the temperature of the room. You can actually cover the temperature thing. See, it went up to 79 from 78. You can uncover it and it may go down. It kind of adjusts with the temperature of the room.
Alright, the next piece in our LittleBits set is the pulse switch right here. Now basically what this does is does the same thing as a button, but it just pushes the button over and over for you. So when you turn your power on, you got your flashing light here. Now this is kind of similar to things that would be like in police sirens or in your blinker lights on your car. It just stops and sends electricity through it over and over and over. So next up, we got two more little accessories that go along. The first one is the buzzer. Now when you supply power to it, it makes a noise. So here we have it hooked up to the button, and now whenever we push the button, it'll let electricity through, just like that. And then the other thing we have here is the fan, which with the buzzer, whenever you push the button, it will supply power to it. So when you push the button, the fan will turn on, and when you let go of the button, the fan will turn off.
So the other great thing about this LittleBits set here is it does come with a couple of projects within the book that they kind of lay out for you so you could get your students started on something like this. And so today we've actually ended up building the car that they have, the little self-driving car. And within that we used a lot of the parts that we showed you earlier in the video. We have our battery hooked up to our power source, and then that flows into our on-off switch right there. and that flows into our wire. It then carries the power into our slide dimmer, and this is where, of course, we can control the power, and then that all provides powers into our two DC motors.